science.
And it's time now to very seriously and methodically recommend things.
That's my line.
It's more methodical if I say it.
Sure.
Vince, what do you recommend today?
I recommend a movie. Twilight Zone, the movie. I love this movie. I gotta.
Hey, is that a signpost up ahead?
But I don't know. So I like this movie quite a bit. Now here's the reason I bought it, and the reason I bought it is incredibly nerdy or geeky, whichever way you want to say it. I think it's almost nerdy. I bought it because Dan Aykroyd makes a cameo.
That's the only reason you bought it?
Well, I bought it because I also like the movie.
I was gonna say because like you don't recommend a lot of science fiction.
And
like usually between the two of us, I'm kind of the sci-fi guy.
This movie,
so that's cool.
Of course, it's Twilight Zone the movie, so it's a vignette movie. But I think it's terrific. They even remake some of the old stuff from the series and put it in here. Not that I've seen much of the series, so this may be entirely a remake. I don't know.
See, I've seen quite a bit of the series, but I've never actually seen this.
Now,
I knew about it, but
Dan Aykroyd appears as bookends to the film, and that's a cool reason to get it. He's great in this movie. It's just a little fun cameo. However, the body of the movie is the reason I would recommend this to you guys, because it's so creative to me. I mean, there's stuff in here that's going to scare you, and there's stuff in here that's just endearing. It's very lighthearted, and it can be frightening. And that's what I think is fascinating about this movie, is that they have such a range, such a variety within this film. Of course, it's a vignette film, so of course there's going to be some degree of variety.
Right.
But
you know, it'd be like a really boring vignette film. Every vignette is exactly the same.
Wait, I did not realize this.
What's that?
This is a John Landis movie. John Landis directed Blues Brothers.
Oh.
John Landis directed Animal House.
Well, that would explain how he got Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Now, my favorite thing in this is a remake from the TV series, and I believe William Shatner was.
Which one was it?
The one on the plane with the gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a William Shatner
It
one.
was. I'm pretty sure it was.
And they cast one of my favorite guys in this movie as that role. Not the gremlin, as as Shatner's character. And see, the sad thing is, I cannot remember John Lithgow's name. John Lithgow.
I think his name is John Lithgow.
Oh, I was thinking it was Slappy Kincaid.
Anyway.
It's just my thing. I cannot remember that name, and I get it. And it's happy to me. And, okay. I'm not going to just beat around the bush. I really recommend this movie. I'm not going to get too greatly much into it because, of course, the vignettes are small, so telling you anything about the vignettes almost ruins the vignettes.
Sure.
So I recommend it highly. Check it out. Sam Neill's in this. I believe the guy's name is Scatman Crothers, who's in this. And it's great stuff. Seriously, I love it.
My favorite episode of The Twilight Zone is one with Burgess Meredith.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever see that? It was, well, I think he's been in a couple, but it's the one, I think it's first or second season, it's early, and it's the one where he's put on trial for being obsolete. It's really cool. It's like this future where they have this system where once you've decided to be that you're obsolete, you get put on trial, and if you're convicted, you're killed just because you're not needed anymore. And it's like a means of population control. And it's really good, really interesting.
I really want to go back and watch all of the old Twilight Zone stuff. All the old Twilight stuff. Quick, recover! But reason being is that every time I sat down... That's true. Every time I sat down to watch Twilight Zone, it would always be the same 2 episodes. And that drives me nuts. I would always watch the same crap over and over.
It's funny because there's quite a few of them.
I know. It's like Scooby-Doo. Every time I sit down and watch Scooby-Doo, I see the same episode.
I think one of the networks has most of Twilight Zone on their website that you can stream right now, and I don't know who owns it. I think it's NBC, but don't quote me on that. But I think maybe that's who owns it. So anyway, I think you can watch it streaming. Netflix doesn't have it, but I think one of the networks does.
I have the internet. I can do this.
Anyway, today I'm going to recommend a brand new video game that just came out called Super Scribblenauts. This came out just this week, and well, actually last week, because when we post this video, I think this will have been last week. But anyway, I think I may have recommended the first Scribblenauts. It just in another recommends video. It just came out last year, and they made a second one, and this is kind of Scribblenauts doing the same thing Mario Galaxy 2 did, where they take a concept that was already really, really good and polished, and they just make it way better and way more polished. So like Scribblenauts is still very much worth playing, but the issues that game had, this totally fixes. Now, have I told you about this?
The new one? No, but I've heard it exists now.
Okay, so the deal with Super Scribblenauts is now you know how Scribblenauts works. So, you got puzzles. It's kind of a platformer. You write in a word and to try to figure out a puzzle, and you write in a word and it gives you whatever it is you write on the word. So if you write a dragon, it gives you a dragon. If you write a sword, it gives you a sword. This adds adjectives to that. So now you can have a sparkly sword, or you can have a polka dotted sword. You can have a fuzzy sword, and you can add as many adjectives in front of a word as you want to. So you can have a giant polka dotted fuzzy sword. And it's really cool, some of the stuff you can make with it. And sometimes it's fun just to go to the start screen and just type stuff in and see what it looks like. I made like a mechanical vampire, and the mechanical vampire is really funny looking. But anyway, so it's a lot of fun. The things they've really fixed with this is the control issues, because before it was all with the stylus, and it's kind of a platformer. So when you're playing the first game, you have to use the stylus, and so in order to move your character, you push the stylus in front of the character, and he moves that direction. You push him slightly above the character, and it jumps. And you can imagine how frustrating that can be when you're also using same said stylus to move around things on the screen that you create. So if you make a rope or something, you have to move that rope, but if you miss slightly, now you're moving your character. It was really irritating. This game did what I was really, really, really hoping it would do, and it gives you the option to either do it that way, which you're crazy if you do it that way, I think, but it gives you the option to do it the old way, or to use the directional, which is the way it ought to have been in the first place. And so now what you can do is you can set it up so you control your character with the directional, and you move the screen around so you can see what you're doing with the stylus. I think that's how it ought to have been in the first place. So anyway, now it's a lot easier. I also like the way the maps are set up for the levels, and anyway, it's all cooler looking and more organized and better organized. And the level designs are quite a bit different from the way they were in the first game, but I really like them. So anyway, that's what I'm recommending, and I've been playing the crap out of this. So it's a lot of fun.
How do you get the little guy to jump?
Now you just press up on the directional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I figured what they would do is they would give you left and right, and then you'd have to hit this button to jump, and then I'd lose my mind because I'd have to go. I'm kidding, but still.
No. And in fact, the other thing that they did is they even have it to where you control them with the directional, but you can also control them with the 4 buttons on the other side if you want to.
Oh, so if you're left-handed, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too. You can't do that with every platformer because a lot of times platformers will have other buttons you have to use, but this thing does everything with the stylus. So anyway, you picked a movie that was really creative, and I picked a game that is uber creative. So it's Creativity Week here on Geekvolution, and that's what we recommend.
I'd like to play that.
Yeah, you should. I think you'd enjoy it. And I'd like to watch that. I keep meaning to. I don't know why I never have.
Have you not seen it?
I feel kind of funky about not having seen that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe we should watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should review it.
I recommend this to Cap.
I recommend this to Vince. But actually, the game's not in the case because my wife's playing it at home right now. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll recommend something for you again next week. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
See you later.